Good morning, Quadcopter 101, and what I got for you today is a review of the Furibee or Furibee, I don't know how to pronounce that right, FX90. If you look at the FX90, the Furibee, the FX90 is intended to be Furibee's answer to the Eachine QX95. It is a brushless 8520 power motored quadcopter loaded up with a Seriously Pro Racing F3 flight control board and an all-in-one FPV camera on the front. You know, a basic FPV quadcopter, relatively inexpensive for what you're getting here, to go flying. Now, I got this quite a while ago, quite a few months back, and unfortunately, it comes also with that Seriously Pro Racing F3 flight control board. It comes loaded with Cleanflight, an old version of Cleanflight, 1.13.0. And actually, I spent months trying to find, trying to adjust the PIDs on this thing to get it to fly properly. It just didn't happen. So eventually, I gave up last week, and I said, let's see, I'm going to just throw Betaflight on it and see what happens. I learned the hard way, folks. If you're having problems with PIDs, just put the latest version of Cleanflight on your quadcopter, whatever it may be, and it will fix you up right away. This thing flies great now, flies like a champ now. And all I did was put the new version of Betaflight on it, and I should have done that a long time ago. I'm sorry, folks. I'm converted now to Betaflight. So believe me, if I run into that problem again, that's the first thing I'm going to do. Let's go over it. Again, I mentioned, but we have an all-in-one camera. It's 32 channel, 25 milliwatt all-in-one up front here. Again, Seriously Pro Racing F3 flight control board, loaded up with Cleanflight 1.13.0. Again, first thing you want to do is, if you get an old version of Cleanflight on one of your quadcopters, update it to Betaflight. It'll save you so much hassle. And next thing, again, we got 8520 motors, and this quadcopter is supposedly capable of withstanding up to 10 amps. So you can, if you wish, use a 2S battery, but I would not recommend it with the current motors you got on here, because you likely burn out these little 8520 motors very quickly with a 2S battery. You might consider upgrading them to 1020 motors. Suppose this can handle the bigger 1020 motors. So if you do want to go 2S, upgrade your motors to do such. So that's about it. I think I hit all the points on this. One thing I didn't mention is this 600 milliampere hour, I believe it's 25C battery. Hold on, let me unfasten this. And by the way, notice I put Velcro on this to hold the battery in instead of rubber bands. I like Velcro. It's easier to put on batteries, in my opinion, than a rubber band. And this Velcro is very cheap. Available at Walmart, I think, for about $3, $3 to $6 for a big wrap of more than you ever use. But yeah, it's a 25C battery, 600 milliampere. And in initial flights of this thing sags very rapidly under the power of this quadcopter. So you will be hearing beeping as I'm flying. And I've tried everything. I've gone into Betaflight and adjusted all the VBAT settings. I could not get those beeps to go away with this particular battery. So what I am going to do is I'm going to time this flight using my Taranis. I forgot to mention this comes available in PNP and Taranis only. And with your Taranis, you can always set up a timer, and I did set up a timer for this particular model. So let's go for a flight of this little thing and see how it performs. Hope you enjoy the flight. Okay, I got my little Furibee on the pad right there. I got a bit of a wind today, so I got to point it into the wind. Hopefully it won't affect us too much. But selecting acro and arming the quadcopter, and my timer on my Frsky is set, so you will be hearing it counting down. I'm going to be depending on the timer only for bringing it in. So there we go, and away we go. Notice it's beeping already. And now I'm going to ignore that beeping. Let's try it around, turn it around. I got a bit of a wind today, so I'm going to listen to that thing. Okay, feels good. Let's come this way. Going into the wind and trying that. Does it good. One up again, doing that. So, these brushed quadcopters, a lot of people, 3 minutes left. A lot of people poo-poo them. I don't. I think they are great for what they are. You can get them for about half, disarming. You can get them about half the price. Hold on, where'd I crash?
What happened?
I hit the wind. You get them about half the price of a brushless motor quadcopter, yet they're pretty durable. They withstand the impacts. They're great for learning to fly FPV on. So let's go back into it again. Let's go back to the air, and hope you enjoy the remainder of the flight. Arming, and there we go, armed. Runs great. Yeah, I hit a wind blast there. Let's go above the trees now because I got this wind today and it's kind of hard to maneuver properly with the wind. But it's flying well. See? But that buzzer is annoying, and I don't know if anybody else was successful with this particular quadcopter in turning off that buzzer. But yeah, it's great. Great learn to fly FPV quadcopter, and relatively inexpensive at these for brushlesses. And again, I recommend if you are a new guy who has a little bit of flight experience but wants to enter into FPV, I recommend you start off with these brushed FPV instead of going to the brushless. You'll save yourself some money. They fly almost as well as a brushless. Not quite, you know, you don't have the oomph. Let's see, punch it over here. See, I don't have the oomph to really punch it, but it can do all the things that a brushless can do, just about, except really punch it. You don't have super acceleration. Let's stay close for the remainder. She's flying well. Let's bring it in close here. I'll fly it for another minute and we'll call it quits on that battery because I need to time this flight. Let's try it again with the wind coming through the trees. There we go. So the QX95, it is a good flyer. Well, wind's picking up even more. Getting breezy. One more going up high and doing that. You can do these things with brush. So actually, yeah, and then Betaflight's great on this. So for those of you at I think I'm about time. I didn't hear her call 1 minute, but we should be at 1 minute time by now. So I'm calling it in close enough. So my timer. Oh, well. So that's the, I'll take that, my love. QX90. Actually a great flyer once you put Betaflight on it. It actually is a good flyer with Betaflight on it. And again, I learned the hard way. That's what you need to do, folks. When you get a quadcopter that flies screwy out of the box, just put the latest version of Betaflight on it, and you'll save yourself a lot of headaches. So, hope you enjoy this flight. This is Quadcopter 101, signing out.